Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Monica Lopez, and excited to be with you here tonight. Many of you guys are on this call because you either follow me on social media, have run into my page, seen what I do, and have wondered, how the heck does she make her fitness her business? Or another coach on my team invited you here because you're probably following them or a friend of theirs and wanted to know, what is she doing? What is she up to? Why is she so happy all of a sudden and looking phenomenal and in such great shape? So tonight, my goal is to share with you not just my story, but also how you can make your fitness your business and honestly be able to do it from home and live a life of freedom, looking better than ever in your life, because that's exactly what happened to me. So let me go into a little bit about me. Again, my name is Monica Lopez. I am from Miami, Florida. I am 31 years old, and I'm a mom of 3. I have Jason, who's 9, Jackson, who's 5, and my little baby girl, Mia, who just turned 3. I'm married to the man of my dreams. He's my absolute best friend, Johan Lopez, and we are about 12 years strong now. And just to give you a little bit about a background story about how I grew up, I have struggled with weight probably since the age of about 5 or 6. I think everyone gets a laugh at the fact that when I was growing up, my nickname was actually Fender Thighs. And I had a little sister who was 2 years younger than me, who was always the thin one in the family. She never really had to worry about her weight. She was always faster, thinner. Clothes fit her a lot differently than it fit me. And I always had that self-esteem issue growing up. It was probably when I turned about 13 or 14 years old when I was introduced to weight training in middle school that I started to sort of regain the control of my body. I started to learn about weightlifting. I started to just pay a little bit more attention to my own fitness and working on myself. And it was really crazy that at that young age of 13 and 14 is when I developed that passion for bettering myself. It gave me confidence growing into my teen years. And I remember clearly having my first job back in the day. It was called Eckerd's. Today it's CVS to us, but I used to work at Eckerd's, and I would save up all of my income from my part-time job just to pay a gym membership as a teenager. So it was something that I just really loved. I regained control of myself and my confidence at a young age because of fitness. Fast forward to about 20 years old is when I got pregnant with my first baby. I was young. I didn't know any better. And Johan loves to spoil me. Whatever I want, he gives me. So that entire pregnancy was probably fueled by Krispy Kreme. No joke. I gained about 70 pounds in my first pregnancy. And that was the first time in a long time that I actually started to struggle with weight again and my self-esteem. And when you're pregnant, it feels like you're completely out of your realm. Your body's changing in ways that you never knew would change. You're growing a baby, and all at the same time you want to worry about making sure that you're doing the right thing to bring a healthy baby into the world. And nonetheless, I didn't eat for 2. I ate for like 10 and really struggled after my first baby. I probably did everything under the sun, to pills, the famous cookie diet where you eat nothing but cardboard all day and eat one meal. Sadly enough, I even once resulted to doing laxatives, which I'm pretty embarrassed about. But it was the first time that I struggled with weight, and it took about 1.5 years to get those 70 pounds off. But my body was never the same. My skin was not the same. And it was just something that I was facing once again in my life. At about 25 years old, I got pregnant with my second child. And at this time, I was working in a law firm with an attorney. Her name is Christina Delgado. And we both actually had our second babies around the same time. Her son, DJ, was about 2 months apart from my son. And this is when I got introduced to Beachbody and Shakeology right after my second pregnancy. And I was determined to lose the weight the right way, because I saw Christina, who gave birth about 5 or 6 months before I did, just like shed the pounds, and not just shed the pounds, but I saw her sculpting a firm, beautiful body that is much unlike the body that I had when I was doing all those quick fixes and those pills and just trying to, like, you know, slim down, and what I call the pancake body, where everything's like all pasty, because it wasn't done the proper way. It wasn't done through fitness and nutrition. It wasn't done with hard work. And so after having my second child, Jackson, I really saw a tremendous change in my body, and I felt so empowered, because I had done it the right way. I wasn't starving. I wasn't miserable. I wasn't wanting to slit my wrist because, you know, I wasn't eating properly. And it was something that I really started to enjoy and say, you know what, if I can do this, any woman out there can do this. I mean, if I feel this powerful, anybody out there can do it. I was a busy mom of 2. I was working full-time as a paralegal, but I was still able to fit it into my schedule, because it's all workouts that can be done at home. And so thus started the beginning of my Beachbody business. I signed up to be a coach because, of course, I wanted to get my Shakeology at a discounted rate, and I'll talk a little bit more about that soon. But what I want to get at is that it naturally started to just come into play where I entered the business because I was feeling good in the programs. I believed in Beachbody Blue. I believed in Shakeology, and the results were showing, and people were noticing. It was probably about, I would say, I did about 2 rounds of the asylum when I decided to sign up as a coach, and I decided to start my first challenge group, and I decided to, like, just really go into this and say, you know what, let me see where this can take me. And I set up my first challenge group. I had 5 amazing girls who joined me and were ready to go. And it was about 3 weeks into our first challenge that I found out that I was pregnant with baby number 3. And there started a little bit of a whirlwind, because after I had Mia, that pregnancy went really well. I gained about 30 pounds, you know, normal weight. I worked out all the way through the pregnancy. And I really had no worry or no stress about, okay, how am I going to lose the weight after Mia? Because I felt like I had the tools. Like it was going to be easy. And I even thought that it was going to be great, because I was going to be able to carry other moms on my journey, see me, you know, postpartum and lose the weight and inspire some moms out there. But, you know, we all have plans, but it doesn't necessarily always happen the way we want it to happen. Because once Mia was born, about a year and a half, well, she was about a month and a half old, we noticed something very different about Mia, and something that was a little bit off. And I remember seeing, like, every time she would cry, she would get like this black and blue spot right here in her eye. And I remember telling my husband, like, you know, babe, something's up, something's wrong with the baby. You know, every time she cries, she kind of gets like this black and blue look in her eye, right above her eye. And, you know, this is my 3rd child. So of course, we're naturally not running to the doctor at every little thing, because we feel like, oh, you know, unless it's an emergency, we'll head to the doctor. I was even convinced at a point that it was a clogged tear duct. I was putting heat compressions and trying to remedy it myself. But it was about 3 or 4 days where I said, you know what, no, something's off. Something's really off with her eye, and I need to get some help on this. I took her into the pediatrician, and on this day, I'll never forget it. I took her in, and her pediatrician took one look at her and said, you need to get her to Miami Children's Hospital right away. And it turns out that Mia had what was called a hemangioma, which is a blood tumor. It's benign, but what it is it's a blood tumor that's made up of blood vessels. And so these types of tumors are actually pretty prevalent in infants. Most of them grow superficially, which means outside the body. But Mia's was growing inside her body, which is rare. The other thing that was really wrong about Mia's hemangioma is that it was intertwined in her eye muscles. And so what was happening is every time she was crying and the blood was rushing up to her head, this tumor was filling with blood and constantly growing bigger and bigger. When we finally got to Miami Children's, it turned out that her eye, and I wasn't wrong, something was really wrong with her. Her eye was actually already getting pushed out of her eye socket because of this tumor and its rapid growth. So to make a long, crazy part of my life into a small, short story, I'll tell you that there was no real cure for what Mia had. It's something that usually these tumors grow from the age of 0 to 6 months, and after 6 months, they start to kind of shrink on their own and just disappear. The problem was we couldn't let that happen to Mia because she would be out of an eye. So they had this experimental drug that they started to give my daughter, and they told me, it says, you know, we're going to be giving her this medication, but it does not by any means guarantee that it's going to work. It was a beta blocker, and it was used in children with heart problems, and so they were giving her this dosage of this medication. Every other day we had to go in, give her the dose of medication. Then she had to be supervised 2 hours post taking the medication to make sure that the medication didn't have adverse effects because she was so teeny tiny. Needless to say, this was just a crazy time. I felt like I lived in Miami Children's Hospital between taking the medication, doing MRIs, doing ultrasounds to see the growth, to see where it's at, to see if it's doing any damage. And before I knew it, my 3-month maternity was coming to an end and I had to go back to work. Mia's treatment lasted about 6 months, and it was 6 months of in and out of the hospital. At first, my job was very helpful. They were like, you know, problem, go ahead. But after a couple of appointments, I was kind of getting the stink eye of, we need you here. You know, I was out of the office more than I was in, and it was because I needed to be at the hospital. And it was the first time where I felt like my back was against the wall as a mom. And I remember feeling so helpless. I remember feeling like, I'm her mom. I'm the one that needs to be there, and I don't want to be sending my mom or my sister or my friends to help me with these appointments. Like, it was the first time where I felt really helpless because I needed my job, but I'm mom. I'm Mia's mom, and if something were to go wrong, I needed to be there. Imagine that adverse reaction happened when mom wasn't there. And from that moment on, I remember feeling so helpless that I was like, you know what, I'm going to make a change. I need to make a change, because it wasn't just what was happening with Mia, but it was something that was happening over time where I was feeling like I was in a hamster wheel when it came to my 3 kids. I feel like I was just trying to juggle everything, and I was trying to make it all work. And I felt like I was like on a hamster wheel. And it was getting to me, but this was finally like the straw that broke the camel's back that just really made me say, you know what, I'm making a change. From here forward, when I get out of the weeds with this problem with Mia, I'm making a change and getting out of this. And I did. And I can tell you that it was July of 2011 where I started to work very hard into my Beachbody business, and it was no longer a hobby. It wasn't only about just getting fit and feeling better about myself, but now it was more a focus of, I'm going to start building this business because there's potential in this to bring me home and to allow me to be the mom that I wanted to be. And so the reason why I'm telling you this story is because I want you to understand that what brought you here tonight, whether you just want to get in shape and you're looking for a way to do that, and so, and you're short on time and you're just trying to figure out how to feel better about yourself, or if you're that person that just needs an extra income, an extra $100 to $200 a month into your home would mean a lot to you and your family. Or if you're really just looking for something new, some kind of backup plan to what you're doing now, or something that's going to bring you the freedom to be home with your children. Wherever you land in the spectrum, because I landed in different places at different times in the spectrum, this business is for you. It could work for you. So tonight, my goal is to tell you a little bit about who we are as coaches, what we do, and how we are, just to give you like the coaching rundown, basically. And I promise to keep this under half an hour. I don't want to keep you here long, but I thought it was imperative to tell you a little bit about my story so that you understood that when I came into this, I didn't quite know it would snowball into the business it is today. I didn't know life was going to throw me in so many directions that caused me to just really hone in on what was possible with this business. But I feel like I have a job to do to pay it forward to others so that you're in the know and you can decide if this is something for you. I like to think of this webinar as kind of like a job interview where, you know, the job is yours if you choose, not me, but you choose if you want to take it on. And at the end of the day, this business is a business. And you know, Beachbody doesn't guarantee any kind of income. It's not like you're going to sign up as a coach and tomorrow be making all this great money. It takes work and it takes time, but I am ready to mentor you through that. Or the coach that invited you here tonight. We have a solid team. Her team is Team Diesel Core with tons of training systems. We have a lot of fun together, and we really are a group of people who are motivated in not just health and fitness, but in, you know, building a life of freedom, of personal development, of positivity. And so I want to tell you a lot about that tonight. So who are we? Well, coaches are anyone and everyone. I mean, we've got doctors on our team, nurses, police officers, firefighters, lawyers, paralegals. I mean, the list can go on. Stay-at-home moms. We have all walks of life on our team. There is no one cookie cutter way that you need to be. A lot of times the misconception is that you need to be into fitness or be at your goal weight at the moment, or you need to be some kind of knowledge in nutrition, and that's just not true. What we do as coaches is our job is to motivate and inspire and just take people on the journey with us. We hold people accountable, the people that we're coaching accountable to what they want to do, to their goals. And so there's no real prerequisite to doing this business. All you need is to be motivated and determined to make a change, to live a healthy and fulfilling life and help others do the same. And so a lot of times I think the misconception is that most people don't want to sign up as a coach because they say, well, I'm not, I'm not in shape. Who would be motivated by me and who's going to follow me? No, I think I'll just wait until I've lost the 10, 15, 20, 50 pounds that I need to lose. And I just beg you to erase that from your mind, because that's not what Team Beachbody is about. Team Beachbody is just a group of people who are motivated to be better. And it doesn't matter where you are in your journey, you have a place on this team. And so I wanted to make sure that I cleared that up. So what do we do as coaches? Well, like I said, our job is to hold people accountable to their fitness goals, to help people hold accountable to their business goals. And so the way that we do that is we do a lot of fitness challenge groups online. Many of you are probably a part of one right now. We do personal development groups. We have quarterly events where you see, we just had one this last Saturday where we hosted Sagi Kalev, which is the hammer. And we have these big giant workouts, 600 people strong, working out at one time. So we have those quarterly events. We do really crazy, awesome trips. I mean, tons of stuff always happening. And basically, it's just a community of coaches that get together and whose main goals are to stay fit and healthy and hold each other accountable. And so how do we earn? Okay, so this is the big question. Well, I'll tell you that there's many avenues of earning in the Beachbody and Team Beachbody network. The main one that people know about is retail commission. And so that means that we earn 25% of everything that we sell, okay? The only change to that is that if you sell challenge packs, which now we have come out with challenge packs. Back when I started as a coach, challenge packs didn't exist, but they exist today. And challenge packs are when you bundle a workout program with Shakeology, because we believe that if someone, doesn't cut corners and does it the right way, fitness, nutrition, the meals, everything all together, the perfect formula, they will get ultimate results. And so the way that the company has basically promoted that is that as coaches, we make 30% off a challenge pack sale, and our customers save up to $50 to $70 than what if they were to purchase separately. So the challenge pack is the real value. And Like I said, we make 30% off of that and then 25% off of anything thereafter. Okay, so that's the main source of income that many people know about, the retail commission. But then there's also the residual income that comes in. And that comes in, like they say, kind of like the income that comes in while you sleep. It's the income that your team works on together. It's something that comes out of what we call team cycle bonuses. And we get paid weekly. So these bonuses come in weekly. And, I think one of the biggest things I hear all the time is that, well, is this like that pyramid scheme stuff? Well, first and foremost, it can't be a pyramid scheme because pyramid schemes are illegal. So no, but what confuses and trips people up a lot of times is that we do work on what's called a binary system. A binary system is we have a left leg and a right leg. That is the model, the business model, but it does not mean that it's a pyramid scheme, even though it is shaped as a pyramid. What it means is that we really work through and through teamwork. And that means that the coaches on our team, as coaches get placed underneath you sponsor coaches, and those coaches sponsor coaches. We create what's called volume, and volume in turn turns into bonuses a week. There's a lot of logistics behind that. There's a lot of numbers and formulas to generate how much you can make as a coach. But basically, it would go by whatever rank you are in the business, and each rank has a cap in what you can earn. So that means that to advance to the next bracket of income, you would have to advance your rank. The reason why I wanted to bring this up is because I want you to understand that there is a residual income that is consistently coming in as a coach. But it's something that, the logistics behind it, the exact numbers of what it takes to earn those bonuses, we will all learn in new coach training once you sign on our team. If I told you all of it right now, I'd probably bombard you. But I want you to just understand that that area of income is there. Then we also have what's called quarterly bonuses, and those are for star diamonds and above. Also rank in the business. And these are quarterly bonuses that are given out every 3 months. And it's basically the earnings of the company, a portion of it is shared and dispersed into all the star diamonds and up. And you get a portion of the proceeds and the income that comes in from the business. And so that's another level of income that comes in. So those are the 3 main ways to earn in this business. But I think first and foremost is to understand that you as a coach will get 25% off anything you buy, whether it's your Shakeology, your workout programs, or anything that you choose. And also you will earn that same from your retail commission. And so lastly, I just want to kind of talk about how you can join our team and a little bit more about our team. Our team is called Team Diesel Core, and a lot of us are based here in Miami, Florida, but we have coaches all over the country and in Puerto Rico and Canada. And really, it doesn't matter where you live. You can still be part of our team. And the most valuable way to sign up as a coach is through the challenge pack, because not only does the company give you a cheaper price bundling the workouts with Shakeology, but they also waive your $39.95 fee, start fee to start your business. So that means essentially it would just cost you $0 to start your business, and all you would be paying is a $15.95 monthly fee. For basically that $15.95 fee covers all of your back office, which is like all the data, customers coming in, order numbers. It gives you all the marketing tools for your business, trainings for your business. It's basically like your little online office that helps you run a business that can make you well over 6 figures. It's just really cool that $15.95 is our only overhead as coaches. If you buy the challenge pack and get your business startup fee waived. And if you decide to join, what will happen next is that your coach will add you to our team page on Facebook, and you right away will be welcomed into our family. And from there, we will funnel you into what we call a new coach training, which means that you're not going to just be thrown into our team and say, good luck, have fun. No, we've got a plan for you. We've got training ready to go. And once you're in training, we'll teach you there all the tidbits. It's a 10-day training, so things basically like a firm foundation to start your business, which would be a breakdown on commissions, a breakdown on volume, a breakdown on how to effectively run a social media account for your business, what challenge groups are like, and give you schedules for those, the value of the challenge pack so that you can help your prospects, customers who want to join you in this business and in your fitness journey. And basically, it's a 10-day program that is going to give you a firm foundation to really get your business started and start to pick up some momentum. And so that's pretty much it. That is my story, and that's a little bit about coaching. I hope it gives you a better idea of what we are about. It's very simple. It's not anything difficult. It's really for anybody and everybody that just wants to live a healthier lifestyle, and just a lifestyle of positivity and feeling good and looking good from the inside out. So I hope those answered your questions. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll be able to answer anything that you guys have. But other than that, I won't take much of your night, and just want to thank you once again for joining me. Have a lovely night, and I hope to be announcing you as Diesel Core's next coach. Good night.